What's up, roofing contractors? Michael Mignona here, and in this video, I want to talk about 10 content ideas that roofers can use for posting on social media, because the bottom line is, and I've covered this in other videos, posting on your Facebook and Instagram profiles, Facebook especially, is really, really important because there are real people at Facebook who look at your Facebook profile to make sure you are a legitimate company, that there are real people or that there is a real person behind the company. And if you're running ads, they definitely do that because they're not going to let you run ads if they can't verify or if they aren't sure that you are in fact a real company and that you're not going to just scam people that you're running ads to. So they actually have real people look to see if you're posting. Now, what kinds of things should you post to communicate to Facebook that you are real, but also to communicate to anyone that might go to your Facebook page to see if you're real themselves, like homeowners who are thinking about hiring you, that you are in fact real, that you're legit, that you know what you're talking about, that you're trustworthy, the whole 9 yards. So I've got 10 ideas for types of content that you can create. I'm going to run down the list, and when I mention one, I'll even give some examples of what that might look like, and I'll touch on how to get those done. And then in future videos, I will actually show you step by step how to do each one of these 10 items that I'm going to mention. I'll show you in detail how to actually execute it and get it done in case you don't know how after watching this video. So if you don't want to miss those, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening to it as a podcast, subscribe to the podcast and then check it out on YouTube if you think it's something that you need to watch and not just listen to. If you're watching this on Facebook, still go over to YouTube and subscribe, because that's the best place to find all of my helpful content like this. So do it now, subscribe, like it, share it, ring the bell, do whatever you're supposed to do to get the algorithm to show me more to more people so I can help more people. So, all right, so let's start with number one. The first of the 10 ideas that roofers can use to post to their Facebook business page is share photos of a recent roofing project that you completed and talk about the specific challenges you faced and how you overcame them. Now, this is such an obvious one, but it's so true, and it should be easy to execute. So all you really need to do is, and if you don't have any photos of previous jobs you've done, start taking them, but you can always drive to a house that you've done work for whenever, at some point in the past, even if it was last month, and snap a photo of their house from outside. You're allowed to do that. Google does it on Google Maps. This is public information. No one has their house tarped over fully and, out of view. Take a picture of the house, upload it on Facebook, and just tell Facebook, write in the post something to this effect. Hey guys, this is a house we did the roof for relatively recently. They had been experiencing leaks here and there, and they had contractors come out and tell them it needed to be repaired and replaced and blah, 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 and they couldn't figure out the issue. We replaced their whole roof. We put on GAF shingles, 40-year shingles or whatever you say. They chose the charcoal color. It looks amazing, and they are super happy. In fact, we spoke to them recently, and they said they haven't had a leak since, even with all of this crazy rain going on. If you ever need help with your roof, let us know. We'll be happy to help you out. And then just upload that photo with whatever you just typed. It could be something like what I just said, and that's an amazing post. If you did that once a week to showcase previous work you've done, you are golden, okay? What's the next one? Number 2, share tips on how homeowners can maintain their roofs to extend their lifespan. So, this is easy. I mean, you can talk about the importance of gutter cleaning. I mean, that's not roof specific necessarily, but obviously gutters that overflow can cause water intrusion and a whole host of other things. It could be mistaken for roof leaks and things like that. You can let people know that they have a shingle blow off. They should do something about it before water intrusion occurs and the decking underneath gets rotten or whatever. I don't even know if that's something that can happen, but I think it is, because I've worked with roofers for long enough to have learned some things. You can talk about the importance of having a roofing contractor that you trust come out and just do a little checkup on their roof, like quarterly or every other, 6 months, every 6 months or once a year, just to make sure everything is good. Maybe to add a little extra caulk around the skylights or around some flashing if it's necessary, just to make sure that they're good for inevitable storms, things like that. So you can share whatever those tips may be. And that would be a great post. And you can share a tip without uploading a photo. You can share a tip by recording yourself on video, holding your phone up and saying, "Hey guys, this is so-and-so from blah, blah roofing company. I want to let you know of a really cool thing you can do maybe once a month, once every couple months, just to make sure your roof is blah, 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 yada, yada. Have a great day. See you later." End the video and upload it to Facebook and you're golden. Okay? Number 3. Share a blog post or an article about the latest roofing trends or technology. Now, this can be a blog post from your website if you have a blog with articles that you write on a regular basis. This can be an article in the news or in any sort of publication that has an online article that you can link to. And the benefit of doing this is that the people who see it, and it's not going to be many who see it unless you pay for the distribution, which I talk about in another video. But the people that do see it are going to say, all right, this is a company who keeps up with the latest trends, the latest technology. They're sharing things and trying to educate the people in their service area. They obviously are a good company. Like, bad companies don't do this. This is something that good people do. Number 4, you can introduce your team members. You can introduce the people that actually work for your company. That's a no-brainer. I mean, if you've got a project manager that's always on site at every single job, introduce him or her and say, "This is so-and-so. They are on every single job. Their job is to show up, make sure everyone has reported for work, make sure all the materials are there, make sure the crew has their marching orders that day, and everything runs beautifully." And that's why they're so important to our team. It could be yourself. If you're a one-man show. "Hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm the founder and CEO of blah, blah roofing company, and been doing this for 25 years. Started, nailing shingles into roofs when I was a kid working for my dad." Whatever you say, introduce yourself. Tell people who you are. Teach them who you are. Teach them who your team members are. Only good companies that are legit do that. Okay? The ones that are scammy, they're in the shadows. My son is going to knock this door down in a minute, but I'm going to keep going on this video. They don't want to go public. They don't want to show their face. If you do, then the people at Facebook will know you're legit. They'll let you run your ads at full speed, and they'll distribute your content for less money. If they can't go on your page, if they go on your page and they don't see stuff like that, they're going to think, "Who is this company and who are the people behind them? I don't trust that enough to just turn their content loose and distribute it to a bunch of people." Number 6, share before and after photos of a roofing project to show the transformation. Again, no-brainer. Next time you are about to start a job, before you do anything to their roof, take a photo of the house from outside, from the street level, from the point of view that people normally see it. Hold your phone sideways, take a picture. Remember where you were standing. When the roof is done, when the project is complete, when you've cleaned up their front yard and cleaned up their driveway and gotten everything out of the way, and it's just the beautiful house with the new roof, stand in that same spot, hold your phone the same way, and take a picture before and after. Upload those 2 pictures to Facebook and Instagram. Tell us it's a before and after picture. Tell us what kind of shingles they got installed. Teach us about any challenges and concerns the homeowner may have had or that you may have had to deal with. And that's an amazing post. It can also be used for ads. We use those types of things for ads all the time. It's amazing. Number 7, share information about any promotions or discounts that you currently have offering. Obviously, this is a thing. You could have some sort of sale you're running, although I don't recommend running sales necessarily because people usually see through them, but sometimes it can work. or any sort of promotions, like if you're giving away a free thing, or free gutters up to 30 linear feet with any new roof replacement or something like that. Whatever you're doing, just share that post. It doesn't have to be a fancy picture, or it could just be a picture of a roof that has gutters on it that you installed, and just tell people what they're seeing. And that's really all it is. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to invent the newest best thing. You just have to execute. You just have to add content, use the platform that you're advertising on, and you will reap the benefits. Number 8, share educational content about the different types of roofing materials and their pros and cons. So teach people about all aspects of roofing. Teach them about shingles, teach them about drip edge, teach them about underlayment, teach them about flashing. People don't know this stuff. You do. And even if it's basic to you, it's not basic to them. So teach them about it, and always remind yourself that they don't know anything about roofing. And learning just the littlest thing, if you can explain it in a way that they can understand it, makes them feel really smart, but also subconsciously they think, wow, that guy taught me something. I trust that person more than I trust other people because they're not teaching me anything. So teach people things. And you can always, and the really cool thing is, whenever you add a post like that, if someone has a question, you can say to them, I just posted about this on Facebook. Here's that post, and you can send it to them, and then they can see it. And then now they're on your Facebook page, they're reading content you wrote. Just so many different things you can do with good content like that. Number 9, share tips for homeowners to follow when hiring a roofing contractor. Really easy, right? You can teach them you can kind of communicate this as though it's kind of like insider information. Like, these are the questions a contractor would ask before hiring a contractor. That type of content is really powerful for homeowners because they think to themselves, "Ooh, this is, I'm going to learn what the contractors know to ask before they hire a roofer." So they're questions that like only the experts know. And therefore, if I know them, I'll be able to hire a contractor and a roofer that is actually in my best interest. And the benefit of you teaching it to them is that if you are the one to give away those secrets, then clearly you abide by the best practices that you are cluing them in on, right? So, like, why would a company tell you not to hire a roofer who does XYZ if they did XYZ? So, such a good psychological maneuver to teach how to hire properly based on these like insider secrets that only other roofers would know about, because obviously then you are one of the roofers that does the things the right way that even other roofers would appreciate. And so you're obviously good enough for them to hire. It's such a great way to kind of get people to trust you by teaching them. And the last one, number 10, share news articles or industry updates related to roofing. This is similar to another one that I mentioned before. It's kind of the same thing, but essentially you are communicating to people that you stay up to date with all the latest stuff. I actually mentioned that before, so maybe this is kind of extra. So let's see, can I think of a 10th one that would actually be good to have a true 10th one that isn't a duplicate? Oh, here you go, right? So if you ever want to think about, what sort of things can I upload or what sort of things can I share today that are different than things I've shared before, just sit back and think about some of the conversations you had recently with new customers or potential new customers or anyone who was asking you about roofing. Any frequently asked questions that you get are things that would be amazing to use as content for social media, because you can bet your butt if one person asks you a question, there are many others who have the same or similar questions and they want answers. So just try to get in the habit of, when you start hearing questions from homeowners, put it, memory bank that. And then if you get it again, if someone asks a similar question, just say, you know what, I'm going to jot down that question and remind myself to do a little post on social media about it. And by the way, just because you did a post about that frequently asked question already, if 6 months go by and someone asks you that question again, do another post about it, because people aren't going to like dig back into your archives to read everything you've ever written. So you're probably not saying the same thing too many times. If it's a frequently asked question, frequently post about it, because it's obviously something on a lot of people's minds, and you never know when people are going to come across your content. So there's your number 10. That was better than the 10 I had before, than the number 10 I had before, because that was really just a duplicate, and I didn't realize it until I started shooting the video. So that's your 10th one. I hope these 10 ideas are awesome. I'm going to create videos in the future, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that actually teach you how to do the content for each and every one of these 10 things. So I've got a lot of work to do on my end to teach you that kind of stuff, but subscribe to anything that you can that I'm in, so that, especially YouTube, so that you get alerted when I do upload that content. And that's it, guys. Listen, I hope you got a lot of value from this, and I will talk to you next time. See ya.